Real Estate Radio.
Welcome to Admiralty Drive, Ibuzo, the most sought-after neighborhood in the city of Asaba. Let's take a stroll.
Okpanam, Asaba, Ibuzo, these are three landmark communities that make up the city of Asaba. And here at Ibuzo is where we have City View by Cedarwood. City View by Cedarwood is located in the beautiful Admiralty Drive of Ibuzo, Asaba. And City View by Cedarwood is an estate that inspires mansions. If you think the city of Asaba is beautiful, wait till you see it from an elevation. Wait till you see it from the observation palm here at City View by Cedarwood. City View by Cedarwood, beyond giving you an opportunity to enjoy the scenic beauty that is the city of Asaba, you also have an opportunity to build your dream home and meet other mansions at City View by Cedarwood. At City View by Cedarwood, the philosophy is to inspire the best of mansions in the south and in the southeast. And I want to welcome you. I want to invite you to subscribe to City View by Cedarwood. City View by Cedarwood is currently selling at 12.5 million naira. So if you subscribe to City View by Cedarwood at its early bird price of 8 million naira, congratulations, you're enjoying a 4.5 million naira return on investment, and this wouldn't be the last price review, except maybe City View by Cedarwood is sold out soon. So hurry, be amongst the next set of landowners that will be celebrated here. Subscribe to City View by Cedarwood today. If you missed the early bird discount window for Billionaires Garden City by Cedarwood, well, you have another opportunity to subscribe again at 2.5 million naira, but this time to Billionaires Garden City by Cedarwood Phase 2. Same neighborhood, because Billionaires Garden City by Cedarwood shares a common boundary with Billionaires Garden City by Cedarwood Phase 2. There isn't anything much to miss, except of course the different levels of infrastructural development. But Billionaires Garden City by Cedarwood Phase 2 is located here at Ibuzo, in the amazing city of Asaba. You also get to enjoy an amazing view, and of course Billionaires Garden City by Cedarwood Phase 2 also has a registered survey and a deed of assignment, and also promises of even improved estate amenities.
This is Cedarwood Luxury Radio, Nigeria's first real estate radio.
Information, they say, is key. And by key, do well to join us every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 10 a.m., 1 p.m., and 4 p.m. live on Facebook and on YouTube. We are Cedarwood Luxury Online Radio, Nigeria's first real estate radio. right, a beautiful morning, Lagos, Nigeria. How are you all doing? It's such a delight to come your way this beautiful Wednesday morning. I was about saying Monday morning. But then, yeah, it's a beautiful Wednesday morning, 5 minutes past the hour of 10. Welcome to the Morning Delight Show, the very program that brings your way diverse conversations. And yes, trust you had a wonderful night rest and hope your Wednesday morning is going fine as planned. At this point, I'd love to know what are your plans and preparations for the for this year's Christmas. What's today's date? Let me know how many days we have to Christmas Day. I think we have less than 22 or 21 days or so to Christmas. So yeah. Do you have preparations for Christmas already, or is it on God? And yes, Friday, today, 2 days from now, would be the most anticipated, most attended, most anticipated gospel event, which is, as we all know, the Lagos Experience. I'm not really sure, but I would love to go. But so yeah, if you will be attending Lagos Experience this Friday, I'd love to hear from you. Yeah, put it down in the comment section. Let's see if we can chatter either Molwe boss or Korokwe boss, anything. Just chatter moto, just carry ourselves and go there. But Lagos Experience is an event that, quite a number of people look forward to. It's just that moment where you just go and experience something different from the normal gospel concerts that you usually attend. The crowd, the music, the artists. And this year, quite a number of comebacks. Yeah, quite a number of comebacks this year from Israel Houston, Michael Stampley, Frank Edwards. I think those three and many others, quite a number of comeback this year. So we're not talking about Lagos Experience, but I just wanted to also mention I look forward to Don Wen coming back again to the Lagos Experience. But yeah, it is what it is. This Friday, 7 p.m. to dawn. They did not pay me for this advert. I'm just talking about it. Oh yeah, the Morning Delight Show is what we are on. So do not forget to like, to comment, and to share. Let me know where you're watching us live from. And tell me what you are up to in traffic, in the office. Have you had breakfast? And talking about breakfast, talking about dieting. Yeah, it's a conversation we're going to bring on the Morning Delight Show. Once we're done cooking that very content, we'll bring it live. Just to make us understand the intricacies, the importance of either having your breakfast or skipping breakfast. Yeah. So it comes with the weather though. I've been having this funny sensation on the inside of me. I just know that is either cough or kata is on the way, but back to sender. But then you all need to be careful out there. The dust is very massive these days, especially those of you living in axes where road construction is ongoing. The Shango-Tedo axis, Jagema Road on the mainland. The level of dust and every other locations where road construction is really intense. You need to get nose marks. I usually forget a lot, but I just hope I'll remember. Somebody can please remind me after the show. Just put it in the comment section. Don't forget to buy nose marks on your way home, and you too don't also forget to get nose marks. So when you see it by the roadside, walk into any supermarket or so, get yourself a nose mark and protect yourself this season. Say things don't cost now, including drugs, so you don't want to spend money unnecessarily, and you don't want to have any reason why you don't want to enjoy the season, all right? So yeah, you just have to protect yourself in every and anywhere. So get yourself in those marks and just ensure you're not being affected by the dust or anything that the weather comes with. This morning we have quite a number of things we want to talk about. I'd love you to be part of the conversation. On my list of gist, I have about 9 to 10 gist I want to give you people this morning. And this is all we do. This is what we do every Wednesday morning. And this is not just fake gist. This is not just mere gist. These are conversations that you really need to be aware. Conversations that you also can be part of. I just had to do that position so that you can see the Ojoro on my cap. Yeah, that's Ojoro Mansion. All right. So, yeah, these are just deep conversations that people have been talking about. I mean, quite a number of them. You may not be aware. You might be aware. You may not have the opportunity to also air your view. Here's an opportunity, either live on Facebook or YouTube. Feel free to join the conversation. The WhatsApp number is also made available. You can send a message. Yeah, just drop a message there. The number is right there on the screen. You can put a call through WhatsApp call only. Yeah, a round of applause for every one of you. Thank you very much. Not forgetting to also remind you that you can like, comment, and share. All right, let's move. Let's begin with our very first gist for today. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, EFCC makes the largest asset recovery till date. So let's have that picture displayed on the screen. So let's just read out the gist. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Gist Yakwa, please just pay close attention. Now, EFCC on the 2nd of December came out on their X handle, made a post on their X handle, and I read thus. All right. Oh, we should display picture of EFCC. Can somebody help me get picture of EFCC and just put it on the screen? You can take it back to my face. All right, so yeah, EFCC makes single largest asset recovery to date. Justice Jude. Now, that picture that was displayed earlier happens to be the picture that was posted or that was added to the post on EFCC Nigeria X handle, which is at official EFCC. That was December the 2nd. Or the other one. Yeah, today is what's today's day? Today is 4th. That's okay. 2 days ago. So yes. Now let me read. It's quite lengthy, but I'm not sure I'll take everything. Now, Justice Jude Onwebuzie on Monday, December 2nd, 2024, gave a ruling on a final forfeiture of an estate in Abuja measuring 150,500 square meters and containing 753 units of duplexes and other apartments. Duplexes. This is the single largest asset recovery by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, since its inception in 2003. The estates rest on plot 109, Cadastral Zone C09, Lokogoma District, Abuja. The forfeiture of the property to the federal government by a former top brass of the government was pursuant to EFCC's mandate and policy directive of ensuring that the corrupt and fraudulent do not enjoy the proceeds of their unlawful activities. In this instance, the Commission relied on Section 17 of the Advance Fee Fraud and Other Fraud-Related Offences Act Number 14, 2000 and Section 44 2B of the Constitution of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to push its case. Ruling on the Commission's application for the final forfeiture of the property, Justice Onwebuzie held that the correspondent have not shown cause as why he should not lose the property, which was being ransomly suspected to have been acquired with proceedings of unlawful activities. The property is hereby finally forfeited to the federal government. The road to the final forfeiture of the property was paved by an interim forfeiture order secured before the same judge on November 1st, 2024. The government official which fraudulently built the estate is being investigated by the EFCC. The forfeiture of the assets is an important modality of depriving the suspect of the proceeds of the crime. The justification for the forfeiture is derived from Part 2, Section 7 of the EFCC Establishment Act, which stipulates relates that the EFCC has power to cause investigations to be conducted as to whether any person, corporate body, or organization has committed any offense under this act or other law relating to economic and financial crimes, and cause investigations to be conducted into the properties of any person if it appears to the commission that the person's lifestyle and extent of the property are not justified by his source of income. The Commission Executive Chairman, Mr. Ola Olukayode, has repeatedly described asset recovery as pivotal in the fight against corruption, economic and financial crimes, and a major disincentive against the corrupt and the fraudulent. Addressing members of the House of Representatives Committee on Anti-Corruption recently, he said, if you understand the intricacies involved in financial crimes investigation and prosecution, you may discover that to recover 1 billion naira is war. So I told my people that the moment we start investigation, we must also start asset tracing, because asset recovery is pivotal in the anti-corruption fight, and one of the potent instruments that you can deploy as an anti-corruption agency for an effective fight is asset tracing and recovery. If you allow the corrupt or those that you are investigating to have access to the proceedings of their crime, they will fight you with it. So one of the ways to weaken them is to deprive them of the proceedings of their crime. So our modus operandi has changed simultaneously. The moment we begin investigation, we begin asset tracing. That was what helped us to make our recoveries. All right, so that's it. Now, the Punch newspaper is also the Punch newspaper. Let me get that. Somebody give me the Punch. Give me the Punch. Okay, yeah. Now, the Punch newspaper is also reporting today. It says Emefiele cronies acquired 753 duplex estates with forest kickbacks, EFCC. Now, court papers filed by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission have linked the immediate past governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, to the massive Abuja property with 753 duplexes and other apartments located in the Gadestra zone area of the capital city. The anti-graft agency on Monday announced the recovery of the property from an unnamed ex-government top brass, describing the property as the biggest single recovery it had made in the course of fighting corruption since its establishment in 2023. The recovery followed a ruling delivered on December 2nd, 2024 by Justice Jude Owegbezie of the FCT High Court in Apo. In the court documents obtained by our correspondent on Tuesday, the EFCC ran a narration linking Emefiele to the massive property spanning 150,500 square meter and identified as plot 109 Kadesra zone C09 Lokogoma district, Abuja. Now, that is what the Punch newspaper is reporting concerning this. People actually had reactions from this post, and the question is, it says, somebody under the comment section of the EFCC post that I just read to you said, I scrolled and read out word for word, EFCC was busy keeping the corrupt person anonymous. What the hell is former top brass of the government? If it's an average Nigeria, they will include name, pictures, and even X-ray to show him where. And that's true. Yeah, that's true. Now, this case was actually brought out, and nobody's name was mentioned. Nobody mentioned him. And just like every other person said in the comment section, if it is one small Yahoo boy that stole, a few dollars or a few naira, both his face, everything about him will be out there. And this is the biggest that they have been able to carry out since inception or since 2023, just like they said. This is the biggest they've been able to carry out since 2023. And no name was mentioned during their, post. And at some point when I was even reading this, I didn't even know who they were referring to until I was able to find out, oh, okay, so this has to do with, you know, Emefiele and all that thing. From the Punch newspaper. I mean, the Punch newspaper categorically mentioned Godwin Emefiele. So why? I mean, is the FCC being biased? Is the FCC being identification? Which English I won't use now. Now let's move on. And you know, because this is about corruption. All right, this is about corruption. Now I stumbled on a news of it says here that Nigerian pastor whose church was shut down over alleged 1.87 million euros fraud loses deportation battle. Toby Adegboyega of Spark Nation claimed being kicked out of UK would breach his human rights. A Nigerian pastor whose church was shut down over an alleged 1.87 million euro fraud has lost his fight against deportation despite claiming it would breach his human rights. An immigration tribunal has ruled that Toby Adegboyega, 44, the cousin of John Boyega, the Star Wars actor, should be deported back to his native Nigeria after investigations, including by the Telegraph, exposed misuse of funds by his church. Mr. Adegboyega was head of Spark Nation, a controversial church shut down after failing to properly amount for more than 1.87 million euro of outgoings and operating with a lack of transparency. He claimed deportation would breach his rights under the European Convention of Human Rights to a family life, having married a British woman. He also said the attempt to remove him by the Home Office failed to take account of his community work with Spark. Describing charismatic community leader of a large, well-organized church, has legal team claimed that he had intervened in the lives of many hundreds of young people, predominantly from the black communities in London, to lead them away from trouble. He claimed his work had been lauded by politicians including Boris Johnson and senior figures within metropolitan police, although no testimony by them was submitted. He said that without his personal presence in London, project that he had masterminded would fall apart or reduce in size. However, the tribunal was told the Home Office contended all is not as it seems. Various manifestations of Mr. Adegboyega's church have been closed down by either the Charity Commission or the High Court because of concerns over finances and lack of transparency, according to the judgment. All right, so former members of the church have alleged that it is a cult in which impoverished young people are encouraged to do anything they can to donate money, including taking out large loans, committing benefit fraud, and even selling their own blood. Wow, that's amazing. That's massive. That's really massive. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on that and see what unfolds from that very, very one. But yeah, it's kind of what I've not actually heard that church, the Spark Nation. I've not until this happened. I've not heard anything about that church. But then I'm also asking, who is in charge of church finance? I'm trying to wonder why and how it got to the point that, you know, some authority is carrying out this form of let's say punishment or carrying out these acts on the pastor because of the so-called mismanagement of fund. I'm just thinking, I don't know the laws over there, right? I don't know the laws over there. I don't know how they operate. But I'm just thinking, since it's not government funds, since it's not public funds, this is church, this is private, whatever. Anybody that has an idea, please, I'm open to knowing more. I'm just thinking. I'm not supporting or trying to say it is wrong for anybody. I'm not saying anything like that. I've not said anything like that. But I'm just wondering. Okay, so this is church. This is church money. How come courts or probably it could be that some people in church reported that our pastor, our church has been mismanaging funds, blah blah blah, and all that thing. But yeah, I'd love to know how they operate and get more knowledge on why this had to go to the court and the courts deporting the pastor. I mean, since it's not public funds and public, it's not a public organization or something like that. I'm open to learning more. So just enlighten me if you can. If you have an idea, the comment section is right there. All right. Now let's move on. Oh wow, we have quite a lot on. We have quite a number of things to do this morning. Northern Youth Storm NA. Yes, Northern Youth Storm MA. Not MA, NA, National Assembly. That's National Assembly. Now, the African Independent Television actually posted this video on their X handle, which you're about to watch now.
That the tax reform bill is in order and Nigerians should work towards its perfection and also her progress.
Yes, sir.
For so long, we have lived on a decadence of tax reforms that has not produced anything good or meaningful to this nation. We from the north, we are categorically in support of this tax reform bill. And let me tell you one thing, to those who have for the past few days castigating Senator Jibril Barrow, they are nothing but enemies of the north, enemies of Nigeria, enemies of our generation, enemies of progress, and they are supporters of this regression. We call on Nigerians here, as we have vowed, we shall continue to voice from one state to the other, from one region, from Middle Belt, from North Central, Northwest, Northeast. We shall canvass, and this bill, by the grace of God, shall see the light of the day. Amen. We pray that Mr. President will not relent. The President of the Senate, supported by Senator Jibril Barrow, Deputy Senate President, must ensure that this very bill is looked into properly and see that it is passed. It's a germane issue. It is something that is overdue. It is something that Nigerians should look forward to making progress. We cannot continue to stand stagnant. This is our own generation. Generations of those who have led this country in the past have failed us. We are in support of this very generation. The man himself, who is the chairman of the tax review, came out to list what people we are thinking before. We are just personal things that will Alpha consultant. Will it be the consultant of the entire project? These are small little cheap things. What we are looking at is what comes to the states. And the man have said that, for instance now, if you have formally you have 5%, with this reform bill now, you should be able to have about 15 to 20%. So it's a progress. We cannot continue to stand stagnant for decades, years and years. So this is just what we need. My name is Atijani Kabir Mohammed.
All right, so yeah, I'm just going through the comment section under that very post. He says, yeah, I just read this one from a Samuel. He said, it is shameful to those who doesn't understand the importance of the reform bill, but rather making so much noise. Now, another person says, I pity the life of those young boys holding those placards. If they know they shouldn't have been thrown to this level, their leaders are pushing them, such a pity. And then this very one says, the man at the helm of affairs today is a full-blown politician. He's playing its game for game. He's playing its game for game. The levers of politics have been activated. Yesterday, it was the socio-cultural groups. Today, it is these ones. these people out in support of the bill is just the beginning. Politics is, it's great seeing politicians being activated this time for something positive in governance, all right? So, yeah, the tax reform bill, let's have another video still on the tax reform bill. But as a matter of fact, we all know that the tax reform bill has gotten to its second reading. We'll keep an eye on that. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that and see how that unfolds. Let's take this very video from, I think, Pulse TV that talked, Plus TV. It says appointment Tinubu. Okay, no, that's not it. It talks about a reaction of a member of the House concerning the tax reform bill. Let's hear and let's watch and see what it has to offer.
Some lawmakers protested against a motion to suspend its rules and proceedings to allow the chairman, Federal Inland Revenue Service, FIRS, Zacchaeus Adedeji, and the chairman of the Presidential Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms Committee, Taiwo Oyedele, into the Red Chamber. This was after the Senate suspended its rules to meet Adedeji and the consultants who into plenary to explain what the tax reform bills entailed. However, before they were admitted, a slight uproar ensued as some lawmakers kicked against it. Senator Abdul Nengi and Aline Dume raised an objection over the Senate's decision to suspend the business of the day and entertain a separate matter in spite of its validity.
Mr. Speaker, I read through some of these things and I listened to the leader most appropriately. I don't see anywhere whereby the senators should allow these people to come here and make the kind of interactions they so want. However, committees of the Senate and Appropriation can invite for the interaction of this manner, but not the Senate in session. I think our rule does not cover invitation to consultants or any official of government to come and bring the sentence. I so submit.
Try to use the position of the Senate because the order paper is clear and we have been doing this. I have no problem having them to come here and explain whatever. We have been doing that, but we follow known procedures. And that is if today this thing has to be taken, you now quickly ask for supplementary order paper that will reflect this. And as you say, this is a very, very important matter. It is not a matter that you just come and tell us after we are doing business of the day. Mr. President, you can have your way, but I will have my say. You will have your way, but I can have my say. You can use the gavel, and I will use my voice. This thing is very sensitive. Our people have been dominated by this matter. When you say it's matter of urgent national importance, yes, we do have matters of urgent national importance. But even those matters normally is referred to the next legislative date or another legislative date. Please, I beg you in the name of God, this matter is very, very important to not only us, but Nigerians that we represent. And we swear by Bible and Holy Quran that will represent the interests of the people. These people partially have spoken. The governors, the National Economic Council, and that
you have made your point. Can I respond to you?
You can rule me out of order.
Let me respond to you. Now, please, we are not here for it.
Despite the objections, Deputy President Barrow Jibrin, who presided over the plenary session, defended the Senate's actions, dismissing concerns as unnecessary rhetoric.
clamoring for openness in this arrangement. We want to be open. We want Nigerians to know, we want everybody to know what's wrong here. We are trying to make everything open, live, let everybody listen. The chairman is here. And why are you saying you don't want that to be done? This is wrong. 1B, which the leader came under. Can you read order 1B for me, please? Can you read order 1B? Okay. Order 1B read as follows. In all cases not provided for in this standing order, or by sessional or other orders or practice of the Senate shall by resolution regulate its procedure. This is what we have just done. This is the resolution that was just passed. You needed to have known what we have done. I therefore rule you out of order. Leader of the Senate.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Called the growth.
That was a very serious. It was a very serious one there. Now, please permit me, pardon me, for clearing my throat. And somebody is also part of. We're still on tax reform conversation. Yeah, we will pass. That guy, this guy. We will pass Tinubu's tax reform bill, and heaven won't fall. That is Senator Dixon talking there. Now, still on tax reform bill. As a matter of fact, like I made mention, the bill has passed. Is it has passed or has gone to second reading? Yes. Let's listen and see what actually played out there. Now, I would also want to encourage every one of you, please go on YouTube, search for Taiwo Oyedele's, just search Taiwo, tax reform, how do I put it now? Just search for Taiwo Oyedele. You will see an extensive explanation, an extensive lecture, or an extensive exposure on this tax reform bill. For those of you that don't have an understanding, probably for those of you misinterpreting the whole thing, yeah? Just go on YouTube, search Taiwo. It's 1 hour. I mean, it's something I would love to play on the show, but that's 1 hour, over 1 hour long, and that cannot be the only thing we'll just do on the show. So yeah, go on YouTube, just search for Taiwo Oyedele. Hope I got that name right. Taiwo Oyedele on tax reform bill, and then just watch an extensive. So let's see this very video.
Bill for an act to establish the Joint Revenue Board, the Tax Appeal Tribunal, and the Office of the Tax Ombudsman for the harmonization, coordination, and settlement of disputes arising from the revenue administration in Nigeria and for related matters 2024. Second reading taken. Distinguished colleagues, a bill for an act to establish the Joint Revenue Board, the Tax Appeal Tribunal, and the Office of the Tax Ombudsman for the harmonization, coordination, and settlement of disputes arising from revenue administration in Nigeria and for related matters 2024. Second reading taken and now referred to the Committee on Finance for further consideration. Distinguished colleagues, a bill for an act to repeal the Federal Inland Revenue Service Establishment Act number 13/2007 and enact the Nigerian Revenue Service Establishment Act to establish the Nigerian Revenue Service charged with powers of assessment, collection of, and accounting for revenue accruable to the government of the Federation and for related matters 2024. Second reading taken. Distinguished colleagues, a bill for an act to provide for the assessment, collection of, and accounting for revenue accruing to the Federation accounts, states and local governments, prescribe the powers and functions of tax authorities and for related matters 2024. Second reading taken. Distinguished colleagues, a bill for an act to repeal certain acts on taxation and consolidate the legal frameworks relating to taxation and enact the Nigeria Tax Act to provide for taxation of income, transactions, and instruments, and for related matters 2024. Second reading taken. Please, the 4 bills read so far are now referred to the Senate committees on finance, Senate committees on finance for further legislative actions, including public hearings, collation of all views, opinions, tinker with, delete, add, subtract, and revert to this August Assembly on or before 6 weeks. Leader of the Senate. Let me thank my colleagues for this, for the considerations of these executive bills. And also thank all those who contributed, particularly the fact that even though we have not gone into specifics, some of my colleagues were able to bring out certain good aspects of the bills and also certain contentious issues in the bills. And to let the public know that the process of lawmaking is not about presenting a bill and then withdrawing it to go and consult with the public before coming back to the Senate. The process of lawmaking is referring the bill to the public for public hearing and then consultation before bringing back to the Senate for passage into law. As a matter of fact, this is just the beginning of the journey of these bills. The public is now invited. Even those who came yesterday to give us lectures are going to be part of those in the public hearing. Then all the ministers involved will be part of those at the public hearing. The governors will be part of those. The governors do not make laws. Therefore, the governors forum cannot make laws in the neck. They will come to the National Assembly and be part of the public hearing. And at the end, their views will be consolidated, taking into account before the bills are now brought back in a report by the Senate Committee on Finance for our further consideration, clause by clause. And thereafter, we pass, we go ahead to read the bill, we pass it for third reading before we transmit to Mr. President for assent. So the process is just beginning. And I thank all of you for your concerns. I thank all of you for your contributions. And I hope this will bring all the confusion to an end.
All right, so yeah, that's it. That's it. I don't know why my music is not playing. Oh, let me check. Is it post? Who post? That's it. So yeah, moving on quickly. That's that for tax reform. Let's move to this. Yeah, so I'm just my eyes on the screen, and I'm just going through some things currently going on. Let's move to this very post from People's Gazette. It says, police. I don't know if some of you must have heard of this very story, but we'll keep an eye on this and see where it would lead to and see how it unfolds. Police arrest Harvester Church founder Bolaji Idowu for money laundering real estate fraud. So yeah, quite a number of people have a lot to say about that. Now, there's this, let me just read this 1, 2, 3 paragraph from Gazette. Is it Gazette10gr.com? According to Sahara Report, a source said Mr. Idowu is being interrogated by the Force Criminal Investigation Department, Abuja. The source said the cleric who found the church in 2003 is being investigated for alleged real estate fraud and money laundering. I don't know if I have made a mistake by using the word 2023 for EFCC instead of 2003, but I'll go back and check because I was about making that same mistake here. So the source said the cleric who founded the church in 2003 is being investigated for alleged real estate fraud and money laundering. The Next Level Prayer Conference, Pastor Bolaji Idowu, has been arrested by the police and is being grilled in Abuja over real estate fraud and money laundering, the source said. Another source told the outlet that the Next Level Prayer Conference pastor is at the FCID Abuja as we speak. Spokesperson for the FCT Police Command, Josephine Ade, and the first spokesperson, Muyuwa Adejobi, did not respond to the People's Gazette's inquiry about the arrest. All right. That is that for that. Go after big fish, not Yahoo boys. Appeal court judge tells EFCC. Let's move to the very next one as we are really pressed for time. Yes. All right. So this one is from Country Goals. I think it's a sports account. Let's take this very one first from ESPN UK. Crystal Palace defender Mark Guehi. Hope I pronounced that so. But Mark MARC GUE with an apostrophe on it HI. So Guehi wrote "Jesus loves you" on his rainbow-colored captains and band against Ipswich Town, despite a reminder from England's Football Association FA over religious messages. And that's a picture. We have the picture right there on the screen. Yes, I love Jesus. And that's the captain in the person of Mark Guehi. And that's his face right there. And, yeah, we have another news on this saying that FA will not charge Mark Guehi for having message "I love Jesus" on his rainbow armband. But we remind him that religious messages are prohibited. So, in other words, there is just the fear or the news or the gist of he might be sanctioned or something, and then latest news is coming to say, okay, he might not go through any form of sanction, but probably a reminder that religious messages are prohibited. And my question is, why? Feel free to be part of the conversation. Any of the stories that we presented to you, feel free to contribute to any of them. A very, very sad story, which is happens to be our next story, a very, very sad one. Sylvester, late Sylvester Oromoni's mom has passed away. Quite unfortunate. We all know the story. And, quite a number of Nigerians, quite a number of people have a lot to say about that. She passed away on November 25, 2024, due to complications from prolonged grief and trauma over her son's untimely death in 2021. It's heartbreaking. It's a heartbreaking situation. Someone else said, very sad news. The love of a mother is so strong she couldn't get over the shock of the demise of her son. May her soul rest in peace. And the question is, what has been done to the very first case? And now we are here. On my way from Ikoyi yesterday, I just turned in the car and I saw this school. I'm like, oh, this school, is that not the controversial school? And then the next thing I'm seeing is this very sad news. Quite unfortunate. Yeah, as a matter of fact, in case you don't know, so that you don't start calling your bank and start quarreling and start shouting on them and start making noise and start being angry. Federal government begins 15 naira electronic levy deductions from OPay, Money Points, other fintech companies on any transaction of 10,000 naira and above made by users. This has been on for the normal regular banks, but now fintech banks has been dragged into the matter. So any transaction above 10,000 naira that you make, 500 naira, I say 500 naira, 50 naira will go. Now, I'm not sure if it is any transaction above 10,000 naira that you receive or send, or if it is both. But man, that's too much, man. That's unnecessarily unnecessary. I mean, if you ask me, that's unnecessary. I mean, we have that already done in the normal regular banks. Why are you bringing it into the fintech banks? We all know the fintech banks. Quite a number of us use the fintech bank because of the fact that it is easy, faster, reliable, and all that thing. Man, no. These things are just it's really, it's a lot, yeah? It's really a lot, honestly speaking. It's a lot. So, yeah, if you're out there, you want to send me 10,000 naira, please don't send that 10,000. Just send 9,999 naira. But we'll see how they want to come out that 15 naira. Or you send me 9,000 naira first, you can't send 1,000 naira later. I'll see how they want to come out that 15 naira. People will not need it. All right, so let's move on. Yes, so police IG is in the news. Ladies and gentlemen, police IG Egbetokun busted for colluding with notorious cartel moving cash from CBN vault via Abuja, Lagos airports. And now the question is, now that the police is involved in corruption, who is this one? What's going on here? Who do we run to? Nigerians don't talk about this type of news. They focus on Egungus. All right, so yeah, I didn't see that coming. All right, so this is the thing now. Same way Motekun operates too bad. And what do you mean by same way Motekun? So are you saying okay? And somebody said he's tired of this country. Boy, oh boy. So, IG police, don't they involve for money corruption case? That's not funny actually. Yeah. Moving on quickly, we have less than 7 minutes to call this short. Yeah, at least I'm done already. So yeah, that's it. 40 states. Now, before we take that very 40 states gist, that will be the very last one. Yeah. So the picture you're about to see, let me get the gist in front of me before I display the picture. So I came across. Okay, so yeah, this is it. Now, the very second to the last gist we have. Aero cuts airfares to 80,000 naira for all destination. Aero Contractors, Nigeria's oldest aviation company, says travelers will pay a minimum of 80,000 naira for local flights this festive season. Speaking to journalists on Tuesday, Ado Sanusi, the airline's managing director, said the ticket price would apply to all Aero's routes. Sanusi said through the gesture, billed to end in January next year, the company aims to give back to Nigerians and support them during the Christmas season. As at 1:40 p.m. on Tuesday, which was yesterday, Aero's economy ticket to Abuja from Lagos was 99,643 naira, while business class tickets stood at 189,167 naira. So now, all local flights as far as Aero Air is concerned is now 80,000 naira. So now, everybody, let's begin to fly. You can fly as much as you want. This is the time to fly and flew. So before I bring to you the very last gist, so here's a video of somebody destroying a truck filled with bags of pure water. And it's happened that the truck driver bashed his car, so he had to revenge by busting bags of pure water on the truck. Is that foolishness or wiseness, or is that a good revenge? What do you think? I mean, that's just waste of water, waste of money, waste of everything. How much is he going to destroy that will repair his car? As simple as going with the truck driver, driving, ensuring that he drives back to his company and see what they can do to salvage the situation. You are busting the pure water on the truck driver. I mean, on the truck. That's some level of senselessness, yeah? All right, so that's it. So yeah, we'll take our very last video. This Biafra thing is becoming, something serious these days. 40 states of United States, Biafra. 40 states of United States, Biafra. Okay, so let's listen to the states.
The Chief Justice of the United States of Biafra, Attorney Jane Iwuze, to confirm this declaration. I didn't read this 40 states. Okay. Fellow Biafrans, I hereby mention the 40 states of the United States of Biafra. Aba State, Adoka State, Afema Igodomigodo, Ahoda, Abakip Oro, Alanso, Aludo, Anioma, Branem, Calabar, Ebonyi, Ebube, Edo, Eda, Enugu, Epie, Esan Igodomigodo, Ezani, Iden Igodomigodo, Idun Ibon, Igala State, Ibani State, Ika State, Ikemba State, Ikom State, Ikwimisia State, Itayanan, Iwere State, Iwuroha State, Odumegu State, Obuya State, Ogoja State, Ohabuenyi State, Ohuku State, Okigwe State, Omambala State, Olu State, Owerri State, Kwa State, South Atlantic State, Uroba Isoko State. Welcome to the 40 states of the United States of Biafra.
So I'm honestly going to change this my Morning Delight soundtrack. I don't like this clapping of hands that it is. So somebody might actually think it's part of the video that was played. Yeah, so yeah, that's it. But my question is, I heard Calabar, I heard Edoda. I don't know if it is the normal Edo. I heard Ikom, I heard Itanyana, I heard Isoko, I heard Igala. And I'm asking, okay, so educate me, please. I'm thinking this Biafra thing is just only the eastern states, only the Igbo states. So Isoko, Itanyana, Ekom, Igala, Edo. I wanted to say Edo Gwashuku. I also heard Calabar, and I'm like, okay, so this Biafra thing is not just Igbos alone. And you could see the cheering, you could see the yes, you can see the yes and all that. So this Biafra thing is not, I was thinking it was just Igbo, but now I'm just realizing from the video that it's not only the Igbo state or the Igbo region. Calabar, Isoko, Ekom, that is some kind of Calabaric name, the riverine, Itayana, Igala, and all that thing. Igodomigodo, that name funny. Where is Igodomigodo? I'd love to visit that environment. Yeah. So yeah, that's that. Okay, thank you very much. That's all we have for you this morning. Has been a wonderful time. Let's keep the conversation going even after the end of the session. I'll be in the comment section to engage you. It's exactly 11 a.m. Thank you very much. God bless you all, and see you all again at 1 p.m. And this time around, we'll be having a Real Estate in Nigeria program.
elated to welcome you to Billionaires Lakeview by Cedarwood. Billionaires Lakeview by Cedarwood is yet another thematic estate by your favorite brand P1 Plus. And as its name implies, Billionaires Lakeview by Cedarwood has an expansive artificial lake. And it will interest you to know that this estate has a certificate of occupancy. And of course, you need not worry about your own security, and because this estate has a beautiful perimeter fencing and other features. Welcome to Billionaires Lakeview by Cedarwood, where billionaires like you are actually subscribing to. Because Billionaires Lakeview by Cedarwood is a low-density estate, we implore you to actually hurry and acquire your own parcel of land here before you hear the word sold out. Thank you.
Property is one of the best property we have in the city of Asaba. You can see that it comes with a certificate of occupancy. It has C of O. And if you look around, this is buy and build.
We are known as the luxury brand, and that is why we are bringing to you the poshest kind of development in this estate.
If I were an estate yabo, I were surveillance camera, I were one lake, and if I make an estate here where bulu or pulichebu lake, I were. N'ime estate ya niile, what estate ya niile where lake.
Okay, now wow, this Oga Julius is so good.
Everybody when about this estate, they lose. This estate will come with amazing features. You see, underground drainage system.
Welcome to Billionaire Lakeview Estate here in Cedarwood, Asaba.